Corruption thrives when actions remain vague and undocumented. To move a problem out of the shadows, you have to describe it precisely. Look at these two scenes. On the left, a newly built, crumbling classroom, constructed with cheap materials. On the right, an empty clinic lacking basic medicine. These are the direct physical results of specific acts: a bribe paid to pass an inspection, nepotism that placed an unqualified manager in charge, or the embezzlement of public funds. This diagram shows the structure of a formal report. It breaks down into 4 essential pillars: title, introduction, findings and evidence, and a conclusion. We use this structure because exposing corruption requires a methodical presentation of facts, leaving no room for raw emotion or guessing. By filling this strict format with grammatically precise sentences, you translate a vague community complaint into an actionable, legally sound investigation that authorities can evaluate. Proving that a specific crime caused a specific community problem is difficult. You have to clearly map the cause to the effect. This diagram shows a potholed Murrah Road overlaid with 2 isolated facts. The road was washed away, and the contractor embezzled funds. To legally connect these facts, we rely on grammatical tools called connective clauses, words like although, therefore, or because. Watch what happens when we link them. By inserting the word because, we merge the isolated statements into a single logical sequence. The road was washed away because the contractor embezzled funds. Those simple conjunctions bind the physical outcome to the criminal act, allowing you to move from a series of disjointed observations to a structured, logical argument. When an investigation reaches the findings and evidence section of the report, investigators must document witness testimonies, but they rarely rely solely on direct emotional quotes. They summarize what was stated. This comparison table places direct speech on the left and indirect or reported speech on the right. Converting a witness's exact quote into an objective summary requires a mechanical process called the triple shift. Step 1 is the drop and add. We drop the quotation marks, stripping away the direct voice, and add the connective word that. Step 2 is the pronoun shift. Because a third party, you, the investigator, is reporting the crime, the subjective I must shift to the objective she. Step 3 is the tense shift. Because the event already happened by the time you are writing the report, the verb steps backward in time. Saw becomes had seen, leaving us with a clean, formal summary. The witness stated that she had seen the manager take the money. Now look at this evidence slate. We have a torn receipt and a suspect's direct quote. The contractor said, "I used all the cement on the bridge." Take 5 seconds to apply the triple shift and convert this into indirect speech. Here is the correct conversion. The quotation marks drop, the pronoun shifts to he, and the past tense verb used steps back to had used. Applying this process allows you to integrate various witness perspectives into the unified narrative of your report, presenting the facts in a standard professional format. Documenting past crimes is only the first phase of accountability. Eventually, a community must outline systemic solutions. Candidates do this through a manifesto, which is a public declaration of policies and promises. This campaign poster for Cato lists past achievements like, "I built roads," but a true manifesto must exist in the future simple tense. Correcting the grammar changes its function. "I built roads" becomes "I shall build roads." Distinguishing between these tenses ensures the voter knows whether a candidate is citing a track record or making a new commitment, creating transparency in what is being promised. This infographic maps innovative impacts of bribery, embezzlement, and nepotism on the bitter tree of corruption. Beside it, a cheat sheet summarizes 4 tools to counter them: precise vocabulary, connective clauses, indirect speech, and the future tense. Equipping yourself with these strict grammatical mechanics gives you the ability to map cause to effect and document testimony with clarity. You now have the linguistic tools to demand transparency and accurately communicate issues within your community.